Are you a working adult who does not have time for single player games that demand your whole weekend or multiplayer games that involve you getting absolutely destroyed by middle schoolers and high schoolers who don't have jobs? Look no further. This is late as hell, but I recently discovered Descenders, and it's been one of the joys of my life recently. The best thing I could say about it is that you could play just 15 minutes of it and be satisfied, or you could play it for hours with friends just as a chance to catch up. Most games on the market require you to dedicate multiple hours per each session for you to feel satisfied, or are so one dimensional that they can only last for a few minutes while you're at a doctor's office. This game bridges the gap between those two things, and I think this is important for people with various amounts of free time. Now, how does it actually work? Descenders is simply a downhill BMX game. The two modes you'll find yourself playing the most is the campaign, where the courses are randomly generated and you have to reach the end and beat the boss course before the sun goes down. Because once the sun goes down, you're relying simply off your headlamp. And if that takes too long, you run out of batteries too. That's actually pretty funny being on a pitch black course. Where I spend most of my time in the game is these bike parks, which you're seeing in the background. Sometimes they're made by the game itself, sometimes they're community made. And it's funny because they look like Halo 1 maps, and because they're so low quality, the maps can be huge. And it reminds me of if back in the day, if Tony Hawk's Underground 2 was an online multiplayer game and you could actually share with other people the custom maps you make, and this is what that really what reminds me of. And where I get my satisfaction out of the bike parks is either A, just relaxing and talking to friends, just something to do, or trying to master certain jumps. Mastering certain jumps can sometimes be something that you do in one session, or sometimes it could take you multiple sessions. But when you finally master the jump, it is so satisfying. And you could repeat this process over the course of a really long course because, as you saw earlier, I finally mastered that one jump, then just to wipe out a few meters later. But that's okay because the satisfaction you get is so worth the time. Even though mastering the jumps is not the relaxing way to play the game, it is still a very fun way to play the game. And sometimes you could do both, depending on the mood you're in. If you had a really bad day at work, I would not recommend the harder courses. Now, a few other things about the game that I have to give a fair nod to is the soundtrack to the game. Like a Tony Hawk game or a GTA game, there's a radio station that you could shift through, and it's all EDM. This really expanded my taste in EDM myself. There's a Spotify playlist for the first Descenders game that I would definitely recommend, especially for a workout mix too. Um, I hope you all give Descenders a try, and if you've already played Descenders years ago, I hope this video either brings back memories or encourages you to get on again. Thank you for watching.